Zolak and Bertrand.
I want to happen to him what happened to you. Happen.
It was an intoxicating environment, and I got intoxicated.
Why does this keep happening?
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
You ever think like maybe I should have grabbed like an envelope or like a half-torn sheet of paper to write my resignation letter on?
Yeah, in retrospect, I don't think that was the greatest choice.
Yeah, I don't know. It got the message across.
It certainly did. Yeah, it did in a very, I don't know. It wasn't real. It wasn't the classiest thing I've ever done. I'll say that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean,
I wasn't in a mood. I was in a mood at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd say it probably worked out for you, though.
Well, I mean, I had worked for Modell, and the two trains that were coming down the tracks were Dolan and Woody Johnson, and I just felt like don't feel comfortable working for whichever one of those guys ends up with the team. Nothing personal. I just, I'd had a bad experience. And I was either I'm going to work for a good owner or an owner that I felt comfortable with, shared a vision with, or I'm not working for that.
Bill Belichick talking about not wanting to work for the New York Jets given the ownership change, which, of course, he made abundantly clear at the time. But in this clip, he tells you that he was looking at the two possible owners and thought both of them were bad. And he said nothing personal. But I don't know how they couldn't take that personally because he looks at that and says one of two things. One, you just have zero experience in this league or having a vision for a football team. That could be one. Or number two is they're both a-holes, which there's plenty of evidence that they are.
Yeah, and he won't admit that, but like he took that from Parcells. Like he learned that from Parcells. Like I can't work for these owners. Like he won't admit it, but like that's when Parcells is leaving. He goes, Bill's going to coach the team now. They blame it on health or whatever. Nah, Bill knew. Parcells knew.
Some have heard this clip and they have taken it to mean that it is a compliment to Robert Kraft from Bill Belichick. And I would say it's complimentary of Kraft in terms of how Bill viewed him at the time. I don't think it's offering him a compliment right now in the here and now and in the present. I think he is saying and telling you the truth that at that time, he felt it was best for him to go work for Robert Kraft. And so I think that's accurate history. I think that is accurate storytelling on his part, which is it speaks to his view of the Patriots and that team and its ownership back in the year 2000. Maybe not how he feels about it now in the year 2026.
Yeah, and he wanted it prior too. Like he wanted it after Parcells, but like Robert didn't think he was ready, and he went with Pete Carroll. Remember that too?
Yes.
But like they kept in touch, and that's where I think they developed that relationship. But that's his. Bill sounds like he has a cold, or his allergies are killing him, or just that's like he sounded tired.
Not pertinent.
Yeah.
So I thought he caught himself.
Where?
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think when he said I wanted a good owner, and he's like, or an owner I'm familiar with.
Oh, so he didn't even want to say.
I don't think he wanted to give that compliment
He didn't even want to give out the compliment of how he felt 26 years ago.
No.
Familiar with means that they were talking. He knew him.
Right, he knew him in the past. But I think when he first says good owner, and then he goes, or an owner I'm familiar with.
So I
don't think he wanted to give that compliment. I think he caught himself.
Yeah, he gave the dog too much leash and was like, "Oh, geez, don't eat that."
Bring that back in. Because I think you're right. I think that is how he felt. But I think as soon as he said it, he was like, "You know what? I don't actually want to give that compliment." So, or someone I was familiar with.
And it's so petty when you think of it that way. T-Bone, can we play that part again just to hear that? What Tim's referencing, which is he calls he goes to call him a good owner and then has to sort of pivot and say just an owner he was familiar with. 1 second. He's queuing it back up. But either way.
I mean, I had worked for Modell, and the two trains that were coming down the tracks were Dolan and Woody Johnson. And I just felt like don't feel comfortable working for whichever one of those guys ends up with the team. Nothing personal. I just, I'd had a bad experience, and I was either I'm going to work for a good owner or an owner that I felt comfortable with, shared a vision with, or
there you go.
I'm not working for that.
A good owner, or an owner I'm familiar with. or has a shared vision.
Yep.
Which, by the way, all of those things were true.
Checked all those boxes.
So all of those things were true. And so even if you can't stand Robert Kraft right now for him, all right, whatever feud this is that's going on, why couldn't you just say, we were a good match at the time? You know, I felt that it was a great opportunity to go work there and work for that owner as opposed to what I was facing in New York.
It's probably the Hall of Fame.
Just say it.
Like that. I think he's saving that for like the Hall of Fame speech. Like when it's.
Oh, no. That's good. Save compliments. That's what they always say.
That's when it comes
Save
out.
compliments for another day.
Like it took the Brady event for him to embrace him and show like how much I appreciate Love Tom.
That's what Parcells and Kraft were saying for so long. Let's just save our compliments before they finally patched it up in their 80s.
It was one of the most amazing things in my 10 years that you would see during practice, how irritated every coach I played for during practice when the owner and his friends would show up. Like I remember standing.
That's every team in the league, isn't it?
Good fun practice and Parcells. He's blowing his whistle. Next thing you know, ownership shows up. What the hell is he doing here? Damn.
Didn't like it? Really?
Hated it. And just stared.
No coach is going to like that.
If you're an owner, though, I want to come down and check out practice.
Absolutely.
Yes. Come on.
It happens in every franchise, in every professional sport.
It's weird. That's such a weird dynamic. Yeah. I know, but it's weird. Because, like, this guy pays for it.
So he wanted to work for a good owner, and he found a good owner. And that's okay that he's saying that he found his good owner and a guy that he shared a vision with, because it's true, and we all know it to be true. Look at the run. Come on. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, and then I think...
Like I couldn't believe that Bill didn't have the humor for when they say, well, I guess it worked out for you, huh? To be like, yeah, I guess so, right? Like, nothing. Mm-hmm. He doesn't give them anything there when they joke about how leaving the Jets worked out in the end. What a great move. What a stroke of brilliance by Bill to see that was not going to be a good situation. And he goes to a good one. So I'm not taking that as some sort of current day compliment of Robert. I'm not doing that because I don't think he feels that way now. Because if he did, he would tell his Barbie doll to not put the T-shirt on before they go to the UNC basketball game.
100%.
He'd say, "What are you doing? Don't be." So he's saying, "Oh, not the." So the napkin was one of his least classy things he's done. Where do you rank Jordan's T-shirt, Bill? Could that be question number 6? Among your things that you would not define as classy, Bill.
Probably ordered it.
Where do you rank your girlfriend's T-shirt? Ask him that question.
You gotta have enough tact. Like as bad as you dislike somebody or something happens like that, to support that publicly, it's not a great look. Like, take that off.
Do you think? Does he think that reflects well on him? Does he think that reflects poorly on Robert? Because I'll tell you what,
he doesn't. He doesn't care.
Well,
like I think
he's then he's a guy who doesn't care.
Like it's knives out. Like we're gonna shoot it, man. Like I'm past it. I'm pissed. Like that's him taking shots. Spiteful.
So you want to hear the clip of him taking a shot?
Yeah.
Talking about Gillette Stadium.
Love the Razor.
Do you? You're a big fan?
Razor. It's a good stadium.
All right, we will get to that coming up next because I don't think Bill Belichick agrees. He's apparently not a fan of the house that Bledsoe built. We can get to that coming up next.
Bledsoe and Parcells. Yeah.
And your calls coming up 617-779-0985.
Hey, what's up? It's So, and I'm here for Northeast Men's Health, and I'm talking about you guys out there if you're feeling crappy, and it's not your allergies. It's maybe you got brain fog, your energy's off, your workouts aren't what they were, sleep patterns off. Could be low testosterone. I guarantee you it's low testosterone. And when you're in your mid-30s, you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone levels every year. And think about that if you don't take care of it, if that compounds. We'll get to Northeast Men's Health right now. Cost of the appointment's $99. You go in and get a T and a PSA test, which is blood work. Less than a half hour, they come back with your results. If you sign up for testosterone that very day in the office, your visit is free. Plus, that's the inside. Imagine you're outside. If you don't like the way you look, they have body composition plans. And you know what I'm talking about. TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and many more. So you can take care of both at Northeast Men's Health. 7 locations now. Dell and his team do a great job. Give them a call. 617-793-5000. That's 617-793-5000. Or go to northeastmenshealth.com today.
Zoe and Beetle are back with more
Colin Class of New England.
Yep.
on the Sports Hub.
I'm telling you, the best one he ever got on Dante. So Dante, you could not get to the stadium before Dante. It was impossible. I could get there at like 4:30 in the morning. His truck's already parked there. Like, you could not beat him there. So needless to say, Dante's truck was always in the parking lot. So we're at Gillette Stadium, which is like, not a dump, but like it's borderline.
Middle of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah. And so Light takes like 3 bags of garbage and kind of like cuts them open and throws them in the back of Dante's truck at like 7 a.m. Well, all the seagulls and they come in. And so Light goes out there at lunch and he looks out and it's like 50 seagulls. And he's like, oh boy, this is working, right?
Oh, that was a skip there. The CD skipped.
Ain't no woman like the one I got. Yeah,
Wrong song.
Nobody better.
You hear that little dig in there? Gillette Stadium. Yeah, it wasn't a dump. It was borderline dump. Oh, okay.
I think he hated the open air of the concourse. Because, like, from his thought process, if you listen to the way he and Parcells talked about the old MetLife Stadium, the way the noise bounced off and how it helped you on defense, and they knew how to put the garage door up in one end against field goals to where you could sort of manage it. You remember when he was in Atlanta talking about the Oculus and how long does that take to close? Like, he gets into detail about these things. I'd love to know what stadium he loves, other than like Lambeau.
Not a dump, but like it's borderline.
Middle of nowhere.
It's not a dump. You know what's a dump? Nissan Stadium.
It's not a dump.
Tennessee.
It's borderline dump.
Nah, Tennessee.
What a compliment.
Right.
Really nice.
That's just taking a shot.
Bill's gone, by the way. You don't have to defend him.
What do you mean defend him?
Oh, I'd like to know which stadium he likes. Like,
seriously,
he doesn't like Gillette Stadium. He doesn't like it.
That's a serious question, though. Like, what do you love? Like, we know you love the Raiders complex. Oh, it's the best of the best, right?
He's gone.
That's not a great stadium. It's kind of a cheap dome. Like, what do you like? Do you like Houston's dome?
Not a dump, but like it's borderline.
It's borderline.
Like Arizona because they can will the field out? I don't know.
He didn't like the facility.
Right.
And
it's an overall shot at everything.
I think it's just a way to take a shot at the team.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
You know how pissed off he must be that they built this new facility?
You just stole the words out of my mouth.
Sorry.
Which is, I think it confirms that Bill would have liked to have had a football building built years ago.
That's what I wanted.
And now they're finally getting one. And it's one more reason for him to crap on Gillette Stadium. That's all it is. It's just a personal gripe. Because the follow-up there should be, did you want to have a football facility built in Foxborough? Did you ever push that idea?
Yes.
He wouldn't answer it. He wouldn't give you an
He
honest
did.
answer on that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't, though.
Right.
But you're saying he did.
Yeah. I mean, what coach wouldn't? Like, hey, won 6 championships. Can we, like, we've been to these ones where we practice and walk out onto the field. I want that. Nothing real sexy, but we want some of the amenities as other teams.
Did he put a year on that, by the way, when he said Gillette's a dump, borderline dump? He was talking about Matt Light, and Matt Light trashing Dante's car as part of a prank. What year was that?
Early 2000s.
Was the place brand new, and he was calling it a dump?
Yeah.
Like, again,
That's
that has
personal
nothing
shot.
to
It's a
do with
personal
the
shot.
stadium at the time actually being a dump. And it's not a dump now.
They've adapted and kept
It's-
that place pretty damn good over the years.
It's-
I'm saying, I know I like the place, you know. This isn't just a forced opinion. They've done as much as they could with that place.
It's average. It's an
above
average NFL building compared to the new ones that are going up.
It's not Jerry
and have
World.
been going up for the last 10 plus years. It is sufficient. It is average. And that's okay with me. Do you know why? Because the team paid for it. So good.
You know what's a dump?
They bought their own stadium. Good. It's good enough. It's sufficient. There are only like maybe 10 games a year that are of importance. I mean, I don't count preseason. I don't even acknowledge preseason.
Look at the concert.
That's not a real football game.
Great place for
That's
concert.
practice. So if you're lucky, there's like 10 games a year in your home building. For 10 days a year, it's fine. Yeah. It's got good TVs now, too. Good big screens. Big ones.
It's really nice.
They got a big lighthouse.
You know what's a dump?
San Francisco. Providence from up there.
San Francisco's a dump.
Right. San Francisco looks like
why I'm not on Twitter.
Rector set that they slapped up. That's one of the new stadiums I don't.
2 Super Bowls have been played.
That and MetLife. Don't you hate MetLife, too?
MetLife's a dump.
Yeah.
That's a dump. I cannot believe that place is, 15 years old?
Yeah.
Because
it's such a neutral,
sucks.
Nondescript.
Yeah. It sucks. Yeah. I think it's a crappy stadium. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we drove past the San Francisco Stadium, it looked like the roller coaster at Six Flags.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's a dump.
Yeah, they get Super Bowls because of its location.
Yeah.
That's why they get Super Bowls.
Centralized nature
if you go to Atlanta and you walk into that dome, I mean,
jaw on the floor, like ridiculous.
Wow.
That's my favorite.
Atlanta.
I don't think Minnesota is close to.
I think Minnesota kind of sucks.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
weird glass on one end and just it's not cut right.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great stadium. Huh. And it's on a small plot of land there, so like they had to kind of
cram everything.
Yeah,
sort of in.
It's kind of like
it's like a geometric.
It's like things aren't right. It's almost like TD Garden. They had to build TD Garden on a postage stamp.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the most, exquisite of angles on every seat in the place. Mm-hmm. So it's just the way it is.
I love Ford Field,
but it's
for a place it's built on, postage stamp, all brick. I love Lucas.
But let me tell you, from a fan's perspective, the best seats are at Gillette Stadium. Actual seats
and Miami,
leg room, cup holders,
Miami.
All of it's at Gillette. It's better than the Garden. Those cheap guys jammed in extra seats when they redid those seats.
The bowls.
Nothing's comfortable there. That place sucks. I don't care how many times you redo your concourses. It still sucks, and it's just what we're stuck with. Fenway, please. We all know that mess. You're lucky if you have a seat that faces the game. So the most comfortable seat in sports in this market is at Gillette Stadium. Not a dump. It is average. It is fair. It is sufficient.
We've seen the upkeep they do in person.
They put a lot of work into the place.
Yep.
And they pay for all of it themselves. So a credit to them, unlike all these other welfare babies in the NFL that just, I need a new stadium. Mine's like 10 years old. Give me a new one.
Georgia Dome.
Bunch of crybabies.
Tore the Georgia Dome down.
I need a new stadium. Oh, like the Braves. Watching Red Sox Braves the other day. It's amazing.
Oh, it is ridiculous.
They're on and they've been in
that stadium was from 96.
They've been in that stadium now, I think 7 or 8 years already. Had to get that new stadium.
Yes.
But
they were playing in a place that was 15 years old.
What are we doing here, guys? We're almost 20. Yeah.
Terrible. I need a new stadium again. I'm going to move. That's what they all do. They all pull this thing where they're I'm going to move. I'm going to leave town. I mean, Robert had to do it, but just to get a couple roads built. And people vilify him for that. Guy, I'm just looking for you to pave Route 1. Can we do that? Can we get some details? Get some state police paid for and, get the cones put out to make an extra one-way lane on Sundays? Yeah, crush them for that. Oh, be thankful you don't live in one of these places where they invest $1 billion every so many years to throw at the billionaires to build a new building. Josh in New Hampshire. Hi, Josh.
Hey, fellas. Sorry, it's been a while.
Hey.
Been in the treatment center.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing better now. But yeah, on Jaylen Brown, I think it's time to get rid of him. Whether it's for Giannis or a bunch of ponies, it's time. You had to call a reference, how he played well, singularly along with the team this season. That's not really the issue. The issue is how he coexists with Tatum.
Watch what you wish for.
Ponies. What are you, crazy? Come on. No pony. No. Stars only, or else you don't move them. Or it's, you're doing it in the way that it's a flip and a three-way deal.
Doesn't Brad know that?
Spin them off.
Right. The end result must be that you end up with another premium player.
He's a massive piece, and you're shooting for the moon to move him. It's like you said, it's Giannis or it's keeping him and bringing in LeBron. I don't know. I wouldn't bring in LeBron.
Pat's in Franklin. Hi, Pat.
So this Barstool interview reminded me of me being on student radio at Villanova and McCone at Roger Williams interviewing
girls basketball
Steve
team.
Lapis. Or
Lapis.
anybody.
Steve Lapis.
My man, Steve Lapis.
Wow.
No doubt, man. I know Lapis personally.
Do you?
So that just yes.
Hell of a storyteller. Yeah.
I did the student radio. His first year was Kerry Kittle's freshman year, so I had some fun with him that first year. Stefan Castle, McCone. Do you know who was drafted ahead of him in that pathetic 2024 draft?
Yeah, a lot of
I'm gonna give you
Euros
three
that can't
names,
play.
and you're not even going to. There are two guys from France, Reschler, and then Alex Sarr, and then some little shooting guard named Reed Shepard. I mean, if you redraft that, I think Stefan Castle could be in the MVP candidates. He's a stat sheet stuffer, and he defends everybody's best player. He reminds me of Michael Bridges, but he's better. You know, he's the best, great defender and great athlete, and every time you look at the box score, I mean, the guy's amazing. That game was excellent yesterday. Athletes everywhere, but Castle really stood out as he's going to be great. And you're right, they're going to be good for a long time, man. Those guys are young. Even the third or fourth, fifth starter. They're all good. They can shoot.
They're a problem, man. They're a problem. They're not going anywhere.
It's like the early days with Tatum and Brown.
That's what I was going to say. They did what the Celtics did, where they nailed their early picks.
Yeah.
You walk away with two studs like that. You have Harper and Castle. It's the same thing. And throw in, again, a 14-foot tall guy.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh, the good old days, huh? Watch what you wish for. Everybody wants Brown out of here. Sure, it's going to work.
Well, he hasn't exactly endeared himself to fans who care most about winning or competing at this level that you're now seeing currently in the NBA playoffs. So
he doesn't quit.
He's got no
he doesn't
blame.
Sulk. Like, this is all like personal motivation stuff, disrespect. The guy shows up and plays well together. They coexist, even though they may not like each other. They coexist. But I think the shelf life is hit, and it's time to split. But watch what you wish for. Tatum's the guy now. It's your guy.
I like how you throw that out as some sort of, I don't know, like threat of they won't be good with Tatum. I've seen them be good with Tatum.
Yes, they have. Without Brown? You've seen that? No, we haven't seen that yet.
No, I
think it'd be
I've
interesting.
seen Tatum play in stretches without Jaylen Brown when Jaylen Brown's been on the shelf. Yeah, they've been okay. Yeah. They've been all right.
Yeah.
Remember when you were trying to dump Tatum for Anthony Edwards?
Oh, yeah.
A few years ago?
Hell yeah.
Would you still do that?
I mean, come on.
Well, no, I'm just asking.
Visions hit at that time, yes.
Okay. Well,
right now, today, no. Would you flip him for Wembanyama?
Yes, of course I would. Yes. Yeah.
We flip Tatum for Wembanyama.
Well, that's not a person.
I don't know who Wembanyama is.
That's not a person.
The Webby guy. The freak.
Not Webby.
The silky freak. Young kid.
It's
big feet.
Victor Wembanyama or Wemby.
I can never say it.
So if that's the trade, I'm doing
Yes,
that. I'm doing that deal.
Is this Wagyu Yahoo guy?
Yeah. No, I am.
Wiganowski?
I am doing that. I am doing that. Yes.
Wow, we found somebody.
What?
That you would flip for Tatum.
Oh, I mean, I think that if you're talking about a Tatum deal, you're wasting your breath because they never consider it. When you're talking about trading Brown, that's something I think they would consider. But no, there are players I think you would consider moving Tatum for. But it's got to be guys who are younger, not guys that are older.
I mean, outside of SGA.
Would you trade him for Cooper Flagg?
Whew. Because of the years and post-injury, probably yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think you do.
Team building.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, these are fantasy deals. They don't match up, and they're not going to be made.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Take your
player for
fandom out and detach your
player.
love of the player. Like if you're Brad Stevens.
It's a short list, though.
Yes.
And those are probably the
like two
guys at the front of it.
Yeah. Maybe three. Webby, SGA, or Flagg.
Let me tell you, I got a topic for Scott Zolak coming up at 11:50 that he is just going to eat like the lunch we're getting from Burton's today.
Is it
he is going to feast.
Take McCone had today?
He's going to go. He's going to feast on this
I
one.
want to eat you alive, McCone. On this.
Because nothing gets Zoe going like a discussion about youth sports.
Oh, I know.
And you know where we're going.
That's good.
This is a topic that he loves hitting on, so we'll give it to him.
Good.
At 11:50. Stick around.
No matter where.
Smoking meats in the Fenway.
No matter when.
Here we go. Ad lib time.
That's awesome.
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
Coming up at 1 p.m. today, we will be talking to Tony Farmer. Tony Farmer, internet sleuth, investigative commentator on Vrabel Rossini, and host of the Last Men Standing podcast as it relates to knockout pools and survivor pools. Every fall he hosts that podcast, but he's been on a run on Twitter posting about Vrabel and Rossini. So we thought, let's have a chat with Tony Farmer. Let's get to know Tony a little bit better.
He's excited to do it too.
He's enjoyed
it.
Yeah, he's enjoyed our commentary. Or my commentary. Sorry, I want to make sure you don't have to get attached to that. So, yeah, he's enjoyed some of our commentary here on the show. He's reposted some of it. So, we're going to check in with Tony. I'm just so interested to know why he loves the story so much, because he's loving it. Is it just that there's an audience that is underserved? How does he feel being called a bottom feeder by a member of the Patriots beat?
Who've really covered the story well.
How does he? Oh, there's the shot. How does he feel about Mike Silver?
I'm in your camp, man.
How does he feel? Oh, we're going to talk to him. That's coming up at 1 p.m. today. Tony Farmer will join us on the show. And T-Bone says he's excited to join us, so that should be some fun. That's at 1 p.m. Thank you to Burton's Grill and Bar.
Holy crap.
Offering catering for your office lunches, big family dinners, and all your hosting needs. Just like in their restaurants, every dish on their catering menu is prepared from scratch with wholesome, premium ingredients, that is. Wholesome, premium ingredients. Burton's catering menu offers American classics for lunches, receptions, and course dinners. Lots of gluten-free and allergy-friendly options. So he's got a different kind of allergies today that he's battling over there. And available for takeout and white glove delivery.
Ooh, like the Stanley Cup.
Go to their website, burtonsgrill.com. That's BURTONS, burtonsgrill.com. They have 8 locations in Greater Boston. And when Burton's brings food here, you know it's going to be excellent.
It's outstanding, the food. What might be better is the to-go boxes.
They're packaging.
The way it's packed.
Yeah.
The catering boxes. Yeah, it's classy.
Nice. It is very classy. It's a classy experience.
It's not just tins stacked on tins.
No.
It's like hard boxes.
There's a presentation to it.
It's like a nice pair of shoes. You know?
I don't know that I'd compare lunch to a pair of shoes, but yeah, no, sure, I get your point.
Hey, so about an hour from now, we're going to do... Wait, when are we doing youth sports?
We're going to get to that in 8 minutes.
Oh, so 8 minutes.
This is your topic, man.
Look out, Hanover.
Has nothing to do with Hanover. Has everything to do with the Catholic Conference.
All roads.
Why are you looking at T-Bone?
Yeah. All roads.
Well, I have a compliment to offer him and his people.
Thank you.
On this one.
Another
school, not so much. Not so much. We'll get to that coming up. We had to do this story. It's a story that we have touched on several times before. So we will get to that. In the meantime, more of your thoughts on whatever you're hot on, which appears to be the Celtics. Hi, Greg in the car. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. I'm getting kind of tired of looking at Tatum. I've got to get rid of Tatum and keep Brown. I mean,
yeah, Tatum skates.
Sits on the bench. The other guy goes out, scores 33 points in Game 7. It's like Garoppolo sitting on the bench and Brady in the game. Are you going to trade Brady or are you going to keep Garoppolo? I mean, come on.
Different, but...
Well, I would say Brown's performance was very eerily similar to Garoppolo's when he had the stage in the Super Bowl.
But going back to that
Game 7, I think he Garoppolo'd it.
So the head coach on Friday said he's going to play. He's fine. He's going to play Saturday. I remember Brown had the comments too, posting, "Well, we didn't have JT, man. You know, he's one of the top 5 players in the game. We didn't have him tonight." When did he find out about it?
So what does it matter?
Did it bother him?
What does it matter?
To the caller's point, I remember that after the game, watching just them all congratulate each other, and when it's over, it's over. Tatum's just smiling and hugging guys and slapping. I'm like, that would bug me. It would just bug me if that guy didn't play in Game 7 and he's having a good time out there after the game.
I thought it was your favorite year, though. Wouldn't you cherish that opportunity to go to battle with the guys that you battled with all season?
Yeah.
On that big stage?
Yeah, you would think.
I'm trying to put this back on me now.
Also, Brown did the exact same thing after that game that Tatum did.
Yeah, at least he played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is it about playing or is it about smiles after the game?
Flying under the radar a little bit.
Kevin's in Wakefield.
No, we're quick. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Kevin, hang on.
Post-game, I could have played next series. That pissed me off. Sorry about that, but can't play tonight in Game 7. Must win to advance, but I'm available for the next series. Like, don't say... If you're going to rip Brown for saying that was my favorite year ever, you should rip him for saying that. Well, it's good to go next series.
Those are not on the same level.
I get it. But, I mean, he skates here on that. He'd take anything from
You know why he skates?
Because he's JT.
Because he's a better player.
Yeah.
And most people recognize it. And so that's why maybe he skates. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey.
Hi.
Watched a great game last night. Game 7 was beautiful coverage on ESPN. Finishes the game. Go on my Xfinity Sports app. I look, the basketball game's got 10 seconds left. Let me go watch the end of that. I go on to NBC. 10 seconds in, right before a drive to the basket, there's a whistle, and then the screen goes black. Then they come back, and it's on a delay, like you're in an old VCR. You're fast forwarding it on a slow, and it's then it goes black again. This is all with inside 10 seconds left in the game, and then into overtime. They go backwards to where I came on, where they show the drive to the basket, go black, go forward again, and there's still overtime's going on right now as they're doing this on NBC. It's obviously a stream. It was horrible.
So you got a streaming issue. That sounds like you got an issue with streaming. Okay. I know there are audio issues on that game broadcast that were for everybody. That everybody was hearing those issues. There were some blurry things going on. There were audio issues. Yes, there were technical issues on that broadcast. So I'm not surprised to hear that. That's not great. That's never good for the sport, never good for the league when you're dealing with those types of issues, especially in this day and age. People expect to be able to turn on the game and watch the game, considering no matter how you're watching it, you're probably paying through the nose for it. Right? And I think that's where that frustration comes from. So it's warranted.
Yeah, Xfinity better get their deal done with the NFL Network.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I don't think you're going to see a return to that in the near future, Scott. I think you're going to be dealing with that for a bit. Last I had read about a week ago, they weren't even talking. They had all, and now it's owned by ESPN now.
Yep.
NFL Network is no longer owned by the NFL. It's owned by ESPN. They
should rename it.
The Ocho.
Yeah. Something different. Because I always liked that separation, ESPN. Because if I didn't like ESPN, I could go to NFL Network. Same thing on draft day.
Well, they're not going to do anything until there's like a game or like week one or the preseason or something like that. Yep.
It'll get done.
Yeah, right now, why does anyone
There's going to be no...
Because I see like Chiefs versus... I'm just... There was nothing on the other night. And I see playoff game, Chiefs versus Bills.
Oh, are they still putting it in the guide?
Yeah!
So still a tease? This is what you're missing?
I love that.
Like, yes, we're back. And it
I love that.
Problem with provider. Yeah, I'm like, oh...
Well, you got to get off of that operator. You know, you got to go for something new.
Yeah.
You got to cut the cord, man.
Yeah.
Snip, snip. Anthony at Danvers. Hello, Anthony.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I just got a question. Besides Giannis, who do you guys want as a possible trade candidate for Jaylen Brown? Because I think he needs to go. He's got to go.
Okay, Jalen's got to go.
Okay, we're there.
What are the other guys? Who are the other guys?
There was some online stuff a couple weeks ago about potentially maybe Zion. If Zion was worn out in his welcome in New Orleans, and maybe a fresh,
good luck,
a fresh new city for him.
He'll love the pasta in the North End.
Yeah, he'll be at Aria a lot for sure.
He's a real gamer. He'll be there every night. Imagine that. Move on from Jaylen Brown to go to him. Zion.
That doesn't feel like a good idea.
Where did you see that chatter?
No,
It's
people
been
just
out
throwing
there.
stuff
Just
out.
people
Yeah.
throwing stuff at the wall.
I get the fresh start thing, but do you honestly believe that?
No,
No.
no,
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't buy it.
Plus, there's no strip joints here. Doesn't he like those?
I don't know that.
I thought he had, I don't know, down in New Orleans at the beginning.
Well, they have
Maybe
those
I'm
there.
nuts.
They have those there.
Rick's.
You won't go into those.
Nope.
Zoe will not go through the door.
I like my
Not
money.
even for a minute.
Love
Not
my
even
money.
for a peek.
I don't need it. I need that.
I didn't say you needed it like you're itching for it. You're in New Orleans.
Just
and, well,
dirty.
you have a couple of laps.
Suck down a
go
couple-
in, have a drink.
Couple hurricanes and get cut by glass here or something. Something like that. Or McCone got cut.
Oh, that's right.
You
Free
almost-
drinks, though, for
you
the
almost
week
bled
after
out.
that. That was no joke.
And I went back and I tried to get.
They're lucky we didn't sue them, McCone.
Right?
We would have been co-defendants. I had emotional trauma.
Yeah.
After
Seeing that thing?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Watch that all go down the way
Watch
that
me
it
almost
did.
die. Yeah.
That's right.
Beatle's Rosemary would have started showing. My client is in distress. Cone can be bought for a couple of Coors Lights.
I know. I was good with one. He got free hurricanes for the week after that. It was good. I forget what the guy's name was.
Day 2, Jimmy Stewart's got a hat on his head.
By the way, we'd be co-plaintiffs, not defendants. Thank you.
Jimmy Stewart is messing with me.
But yes, we would be entitled to damages.
Physical and emotional.
Yeah. Punitive
food
nature. Let's get to something
Dave
that
Schulman.
I know something that fires Zoe up like you wouldn't believe. Got to call Catches during the break and see if they've passed the bar down there in Louisiana. Let's talk about high school football for a moment for Zoe, because this story will certainly make him happy. It's next.
We're back with more Zolak and Bertrand
Those are the things I'm working on with third graders.
on the Sports Hub.
This is an anti-Catholic movement to get us out of the tournament. And I'm going to get in trouble for that. But I knew it was going to happen at some point in time. We'll work with it. I'm just waiting. And my fear always, and just from Catholic perspective, is this. Once they get that, what's to prevent them in a few years saying, now you have to have your own tournament?
What's, I guess, your perspective on that format? What do you think?
I think all the some of those things are better than what is being done now. I like the extra game, the ninth game versus the extra consolation game. I think is great. I think making the playoffs more competitive is always good. So getting the top 8 teams in. I think it's always good when you can find those ways. And I think there is a history there to make that type of decision versus just like saying, oh, this is the way it is right now. So it makes sense. I usually just kind of show up and coach and see what I have to do. But
I knew we had to talk about this, so. Of course, Super 8 tournament is one step closer to high school football in Massachusetts, and it still needs to clear the final approval, which will happen on May 20th, right? Tomorrow. I think it's happening tomorrow. Ooh. That audio was from Kyle Grabowski, who's covering this for the Metro West Daily News. He's all over this. Great high school sports local writer. And writes that the proposals for hockey, both boys and girls, and baseball have been fully approved. The football still needs to pass the Tournament Management Committee, which meets on May 20th, and then the Board of Directors. The first voice you heard in that clip was the head coach of Xaverian, Al Fornaro.
Good coach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly a roadblock to this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do next? Tell us to get our own tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They should. They should kick you out.
Yeah.
They should kick out any private school. They should kick out any private. And, of course, he makes it about something it isn't.
Oh, we're attacking Catholics.
It's about attacking.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly
Catholics?
what they're doing.
No. It's about attacking private schools, of which you are one, is what it is. It's because you have the ability to recruit from wherever you like. And that's an unfair playing field with public schools that don't have that ability. How hard is that to understand? These guys, they want to beat up on public schools is what they want to do.
Oh, I love the ones that they'll go down a division. They should all be D1.
Do your own thing. Play other private schools. Why don't you go play all the private schools? You're a private school. You recruit and can pull people from wherever you want.
Yep.
That's your advantage. But you know what you have to do? You have to punch at your weight class. No more punching down, Al.
It's as
How
simple.
is there that there is no common sense among these people that Zoe's been on this topic for so long? He has been fighting this battle for so long.
If you go to high school games and you know the powers that be and you know which ones are powerhouses and they recruit, and you watch them play regular games, like, yeah, we obviously could compete with them when you stack your roster a little bit and you got a good program. But you end up getting smoked like in the fourth quarter because athletics takes over. The real athletes take over.
Yeah,
this
so
is
when
as simple as this. Real quick.
Yeah.
Like, say you have a soccer or basketball team in AAU or even baseball, and you got an A and a B team. Is it right for the A team to always play B teams when you go to tournaments or leagues? The answer is no.
No, it's stupid.
And any coach would know it. Right.
It's counterproductive.
Because you put talent versus talent. And it's unfair. And you know it's unfair. And you say you don't recruit. How many Catholics you think are in that school? It's a variant. You think they're all Catholic?
I mean, I don't know that that's relevant to the conversation.
Well, I mean, you said we're attacking the Catholics.
I know. I mean, it's
those
a foolish,
kids must be so upset.
It's a foolish comment that I don't think anyone should entertain or ask foolish questions about. Right?
Relax with the Catholic.
Yeah, get lost. You're just trying to make it about something that it isn't. You're trying to make this about some sort of religious persecution other than just trying to create a fair playing field in sports because you like punching down.
Yeah.
That's why. So you said right off the top, he's a good coach.
Stack your record.
He's a good coach?
Hey, it's a very good program. It's a good coach.
You say he's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
You know what I would say to you? And I don't know him at all. I don't know the program
His
at all.
priorities are messed up.
I would say, how do you know? How do you know he's a good coach? How do you know any of these guys are good coaches? Because all they have is every advantage built in, whether it's facilities, talent, recruiting, money.
Right.
They've got it all.
Right.
So when I hear that, like, yeah, it's a good coach. Like, yeah, maybe.
I love that.
Maybe he is. Maybe he sucks, and he has every advantage built in for him.
You get this from them. You get this from CM. Like they tell, we don't recruit. We don't pay. So you mean to tell me every single athlete is paying the nut that it costs to go to any of these schools?
Yeah.
Whether it's Nobles, what's the other one? Dexter Southfield. Like they don't cut you anything. Are you paying the $65,000 a year to put a kid in high school football? You know what the answer is. It's simple. You're not stupid. This goes on all over the country too. This isn't just local and just the mass. And you know what's funny is like they play their games at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
Oh, but you guys
on a Friday afternoon. Like nobody goes to the games.
You guys can all get together and play each other.
Get your 8-0 schedule
in your own private school conference. That won't just be Catholic schools. There are plenty of private schools that are not Catholic schools. Ace, Al, sorry,
Springfield, Worcester Academy.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We keep going. Durfee down in Connecticut. Yeah. Play them.
Play all those places. You don't. It doesn't have to just be a Catholic conference. It could be everybody who's a private school. Plenty of academies out there. Plenty of private high schools. And you guys can do your own thing. Yeah, that is probably the next step. They're going to tell you to get out.
I'd love to hear from parents that have a 4-star or 5-star kid, and they say they pay the bill for the kid to go there. You don't exist.
Another foolish
question. You don't exist.
Of course they don't.
Right.
I don't begrudge them for that.
It's a fraudulent.
I'm just telling you, just don't start crying about it. And by the way, I'd like to offer a compliment.
Here goes my phone.
I'd like to offer a compliment.
Go ahead.
I'd like to offer a compliment to the head coaches of BC High and St. John's Prep who were interviewed about this, and they took it totally in stride, and they were like, shrug of the shoulders. Like, you heard the clip from the head coach of BC High following the Zavarian coach.
I don't know how close they are to the Super 8.
He goes, we play the best anyway, so it's fine. We're always playing the best teams, and we're among the best.
We don't mind playing them because it makes you better, but you know the end result's going to be.
Championship mindset, Beetle.
And St. John's Prep, their coach basically said the same thing and said, if it changes anything for anybody, it's probably for Catholic Memorial.
Because he's played the sport. He understands it.
I don't hear them crying.
At a high level.
I don't hear those BCI guys crying, T-Bone. So tip of the cap to the Eagles. No whining coming out of there.
AMDG.
Oh, Zavarian. What a sad day for you guys. Sad day. Yeah. pissed off that you can't play? Who'd they play on their schedule last year? Let's see. Here we go. We're having fun.
I think they beat CM late in the year in the playoffs, like at home. I watched a little bit of that. Joe Mazzulla's kid goes to Zavarian. Plays there. Plays on defense.
Who'd they play? Who they play, Boston?
Do you know? Do you know the days? Give me their schedule from last year. I know they beat CM in the playoffs.
Well, you know what? They
won the Super Bowl.
11-2.
Well, they don't. They want to beat up on Andover High again. They beat Andover High 49-17.
Oh, that probably got them ready for the
they shut out Brockton 33-0.
Yeah.
I mean, Brockton had Wiggy as their coach in recent years. I mean,
well, would you
they've
rather
seen
have
better
one
days
horse
there
or
at Brockton.
5,000
The
ponies?
Boxers are on the way back, all right? No,
Look at our phones.
I mean,
look at our phones.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do if you can't beat up on Brockton and Andover anymore?
It's pathetic.
And they make you go do your own thing. What a crying shame that would be.
And I said this too, like the whole system is it's so stupid. And we played this team from Chicopee in the playoffs, like round 1. They made these kids drive 2.5 hours to come on. It was like 40-0 in the second quarter. That should not happen.
Yeah, you're you're just going down every road and every gripe you have.
You know it is.
Trying to fix the MIAA.
You're just fixate on this one thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You private schools,
coming back.
you Catholics, so you should have your own league.
Yes, get your own league.
Yep.
You guys can travel.
What's the matter? You worried about finishing 5-4 against really good competition, but it makes your team better?
Plus, now
it teaches your kids good stuff.
Free for all. You can play everybody from everywhere. Rhode Island,
sure,
Connecticut, bring them all.
Go to Florida.
That's right.
Go to Pennsylvania.
Do your own deal.
Yeah, go play Hershey Park. They'll find a team to meet you out there in North Allegheny.
Yeah, great graphic. Train is coming. Get on or buy a ticket. Here are the headlines. We'll be back in 90 seconds.